Good morning friends, good morning students, good morning viewers. In this video I am going to explain how to format the contents and index formatting of a PhD thesis, and also for the UG PG students the same contents you have to follow. Myself with Samin Fatima and a principal, University College of Engineering, Hyderabad. My name is Naveen Kumar, System Admin, EEE Department, OU. This is the content page. In this content page, first you have to write certificate, declaration, acknowledgement, content, abstract for report preparing, and for IEEE paper 2 documentation also. For the UG students I am explaining you. For UG and PhD students, both of them, all the students, those who are submitting the reports, you have to mention in the content page certificates first, then declaration, acknowledgement, content, abstract, then you give the chapter numbers, then at last you give the conclusion and references. So after preparing the thesis or documentation, you copy all the heading ones and all the subheadings also to the contents. This is our content. So I am opening one Word file which is already done the content. This is the contents of the computer aided designing lab. So you have to mention the contents, then description and page number. Description means this is the description. Here you have to mention certificate. See, I am zooming it. First you have to mention certificate, declaration, acknowledgements, contents, abstract. Also you mention list of figures, then list of tables, then you mention abstract. Till here you have to follow this Roman numbers, small Roman numbers. Then from first chapter onward, this, for example, this is experiment 1 for the lab people. For those who are preparing thesis, this is the chapter 1 heading, and for headings you have to give starting and ending numbers, where the first chapter is started and where it is ending you have to mention. And also you take the subheadings of the chapter 1 and 2. See, for example, the PhD thesis people will use the certificate like this. This is the PhD thesis contents. First you mention certificate, declaration, acknowledgement, contents, list of figure, tables, abbreviations, and abstract. For all this thing you have to mention Roman numbers. From chapter 1 onwards you give starting and ending numbers, and also you have to bold the chapter name with including numbers. Then you give 1.1, 1.2. This is the subheadings of the chapter 1. This is the sub of the subheading of the chapter 1. See, 1.1 means 1 is the chapter number, first digit is the chapter number, second is the serial number of the content. See, if it is 1.3 means chapter 1 and this third heading. Under that, if you are having subheadings, chapter 1 third heading, under third heading you are having one more heading. This is the style you have to mention, and you have to give one tab. If this is a tab, the number should start from here. Then again you give one tab here, like this. Under this you have to mention this thing. This is the thing for indexing. For drafting lab people, you may follow this thing. Same thing I will format and show in your Word file. See, I am copying it to the new Word file. See, Word file. How to draft I am explaining. You mention a border lines. See, for giving the borders I am pressing this one, and dotted lines. For options you change head of the page to text. Okay, this is the border. Copy it. For reducing the time I am copying this, and if you make it as a normal. If you type the information, it is like this. Okay, for formatting I am taking this as a center. You make center and make it as a bold and increase the font. Whatever the font size I have given, you may increase to that one. Also bold this heading, description and page. You press the tab key to move the, so that it will move to the edge. Don't give the space bar. Okay, up to here, certificate declaration, everything you make it 12 font, left justify. If the numbers are beside this one, see if the numbers are like this, while typing numbers may be like this. Don't move with the space bar, just press tab key so that it will move in a 5/5 typing. See, like this you move it, it will fix to the line. After that you select all the things and give a line spacing 1.5. This is the formatting of indexing. Then maybe lines are like this. When you are typing this experiment number 1 2 3, if you are typing like this, it is like this. After typing, just don't move this, don't give the space bar, just press before that, after the dots you press one tab, two tabs, just press one tab so that it will stand here. Then you make it as a, like this, tab with tab. Don't use the tab key to, it will fix for one tab. Okay, press tab key, don't give the space bar. Tab, if you press tab key, it automatically fix at one point, like this. After typing everything, for numbers also you give tab, it will go and fix at one place. Okay, press tab key. After completing everything, you select the lines and give 1.5 spacing. This is the formatting of the contents for PhD thesis. For PhD thesis people, that it is, you can also give the table for formatting the contents. You give the tables, but don't follow this one. I will explain you how to copy paste and format the thing. If you want to copy from boxes to the normal, you place it like this in the notepad, copy it and paste it in the Word file. So I am pasting here, control enter, automatically goes to the new page. I am pasting here. See, if it is chapter 1 introduction. For chapter 1 and introduction, you make it as a capitals and make it as a bold and give the page numbers starting and ending. For example, I am taking 1 to 10. This is my heading, so you make it as a tab. You make this, after that 1.1 dot, you mention dot, you don't mention the colon, dot, space, and you give the tab. Some people in the previous class, they have mentioned colons. 1.1, then you give dot and then you press tab key, automatically it fixes at one place. Okay, don't write directly 1.1 dot 2.1 dot 3.1 dot, and this is the three digits. No, you give the tab so that it will be under the D. This is correct. If it is any subheadings, you move it to the next stage. After completing everything, you give 1.5 spacing. See, this is the thing. Like this you have to format the contents of the any thesis of your UG PG documentation. Thank you very much.